Hello, welcome to Kate's Egg. Today I'm here at Lennox Farms with Brian during Brussels sprout harvest, so this is incredible. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
These are Brussels sprouts. Today I'm here with
Rajan,
and I am standing in a Brussels sprout field. What is the process you're doing to the Brussels sprouts right now?
so this is the process. We break the leaves, we cut it like this, pile it, then shuck it through the machine, take it to the packing house and grade the bad ones and package it in boxes and bins, whatever.
Oh my goodness, that's wonderful.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time, but we get it done.
So the Brussels sprouts grow up like this?
Yes, some get tall according to the land, but it's a pretty good crop this year. They're very tall.
Yes, it looks wonderful.
Yeah, this is the process. It's a lot of hard work and a lot of time,
Yes.
but it get through.
And a lot of labor.
Yeah, there's a lot of labor.
So the first step in the morning is to
Break the leaves.
break the leaves.
Over here have the leaves, right?
Yes.
So break off the leaves and get it like this.
And then the second step is what you're
To cut
doing
it,
right
yes,
now.
cut it.
To cut it off. And
then heap it up. Make it heap so the guys and them doing over there.
so they put them in big piles?
Yes, in piles.
Okay.
And then the machine across there,
Yes.
they will come and just shuck it out. Shuck it out like this. It come like this.
And that's what the harvester does, is
Yes.
chucks the Brussels sprout off its stem.
Yeah. And then they take it to the packing house, package it in boxes of 20 pounds and according to how much they want it.
That's
But
wonderful.
But we do stocks, like long stocks, so for bins and bags, we do it like that too.
Oh my gosh,
number
that's
one.
very
Yeah,
cool.
we take out the number one, come like this, the seconds we're gonna do, shuck it out.
How would you store Brussels sprouts?
Well, they put it in a cooler. Yes, in bins. You have to be clean bin. Food you're dealing with, so everything had to be clean.
Yes, food
Yeah,
grade.
Yeah, food grade. But a lot of work, right?
Yes.
You know, take all of us and plus the bosses, the two bosses, all of we come together and we get it done.
That's great.
Yeah.
Is this your favorite aspect of the...
The work, yes, it's my favorite. I enjoy everything I do, right? But not me alone, but the rest of the guys, we enjoy what we do. So make
That's
us,
great.
We make ourselves, happy that we get it done. I want to be like we do peas, we do rhubarb, we do potato, we do other things in greenhouse. But you see, once a harvest done like this, we feel happy. So one done. We do strawberry, one done. Corn, we do sweet corn. When we done finish that, we happy. We accomplish. You know what? Make our boss happy, and we make ourselves happy. Once he happy, we happy. Yeah. So a lot of work, but we enjoy doing what we do. From the bosses to the workers.
Yes, it's very important, each position and each team member,
we need
or else
everyone.
you wouldn't be able to harvest your crop.
We need everyone to do this. So everybody come together and they get it done.
This is very cool. I've never seen Brussels sprouts in a field before.
So we from here till the other end, so it's full of Brussels sprouts at the top, right? Yeah,
Wow.
Big field. It's a big field.
Yes, it is.
So
How many acres of Brussels sprouts would you say are here?
I maybe say about 40.
40? Oh, this part right here was cauliflower,
Yeah.
and then these are the Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
What you've already harvested.
Yes.
How long does it take to harvest this?
We've been from September till now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a long field. It's long. So
Yes,
we
it
take
is.
We take it in steps, and we do five row like every day, and we get it done.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And thank you for all of the knowledge and information. That was just
Yeah,
wonderful.
It's been a while I doing this. I do this for a very long time in this farm. So, you know, I have a little experience and a little knowledge, like.
That's great.
It make me learn a lot too. While every year you learn something new.
Right now, I am standing in the part of the Brussels sprout field that has been harvested, and I was just in the area that is being prepared to be harvested today. Now I'm walking over to the full Brussels sprout plant before the leaves have been taken off. So I'm going to show you that. Here's the plant. It has a lot of leaves. I've actually never seen a Brussels sprout plant before, so this is incredible. And here is what it looks like. And this is a whole field of them. And then the Brussels sprouts have all of these leaves around them also. So here would be a Brussels sprout. This must be the clippings from the Brussels sprout stem that come out the back of the harvester, and then these must be the little leaves. Kind of like the wheat straw coming out the back of the combine. So right now you are piling the Brussels sprouts?
Yeah, we make 2 piles. These bigger piles are the ones we're going to run through the harvester, and then you'll get the individual sprout, and the other pile on the outside are the ones we sell on the stalk.
Wow, that's awesome.
So we do sell a lot of stalks because people don't know how they grow, right? So it's kind of interesting for them to see.
That is very incredible. Hello. What is the process you're doing right now?
Packing number 1.
Are these the Brussels sprouts that are going to stay on the stem?
Yes.
For sale?
Yes.
And then the rest will go through the harvester?
Yes.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So this is the second pile of Brussels sprouts that will be for sale on their stem in the store. And then this is the pile that will go through the harvester. Here are all the leaves. Brussels sprouts really have a lot more leaves than I expected. I absolutely love touring farms and learning about all different kinds of crops and where my food comes from. So I hope you do too. And if you have any other farms that you would like me to feature, please email info@katesegg.com or leave a comment down below. This is the Brussels sprout harvester with Lennox Farms actually built.
We built this about 3-4 years ago. It suits our operation perfectly. Since we save a lot of stalks, this is the best way for us to run through. It runs off a generator. Everything's all 3-phase power, so we had to buy a big generator. This runs off the tractor. And this machine here we bought from Holland, and everything else we pieced together to make it work for us.
How does the machine separate the Brussels sprouts from the stalk?
So if you look in there, there'll be a little head with 6 knives on it, and when the eye sees that you're putting the stalk in the hole, the knives close around the stalk, and then the stalk goes through and it cuts all the sprouts off.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yep.
And then the sprouts are...
We grade them on top, so a lot of the garbage, the best thing about this harvester is 80-90% of the garbage stays in the field.
You have a person hand grading on the top.
So a couple guys will hand grade, and then it goes into a bin, and then we have our packing line in the shed.
Now, how do you store Brussels sprouts?
We store them cold out of the air.
The straw goes into here, gets chopped up, and then comes out the bottom. Here is the stalk of the Brussels sprout. What do you look for when you grade the Brussels sprouts?
You look for cut ones, like this. Anything that is black, rotten.
It wasn't a nicer day, but this is what we get in late October. So
Yes, so is this the time that you would normally harvest Brussels sprouts?
we generally start the end of September, and our big push is obviously for Canadian Thanksgiving, and then we try and wrap up a week or 2 after that. So
Yes, and where are you based out of?
we're in Melancthon, Ontario, which is an hour and 15 minutes north of Toronto, half an hour north of Orangeville, in between Orangeville and Collingwood. So.
And you grow all of your vegetables here on the farm and sell them at your shop, so?
Yeah, we grow probably over 20 different vegetables, and we have an on-farm market that it's actually closed now because it's after Thanksgiving, but start that May long weekend till Thanksgiving.
And it's absolutely incredible that you see the process all the way through,
Yep.
from growing the crop to harvesting and then selling the crop.
Yeah, so we have 3 greenhouses. We start these Brussels sprout seeds the end of March. So we've been babying them in the greenhouse for 6 weeks, and then we'll plant them out first week of May, and then we don't harvest till September. So it's a long process for Brussels sprouts, but it's actually one I really enjoy because there's a lot can go wrong, and it's probably the biggest challenge on the farm. We moved here in 1987. We actually started. My great-great-grandfather was down in Etobicoke by the big IKEA there.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And then in the 1950s, we moved out to the Huttonville region east of Brampton, or west of Brampton, and then we got pushed up here with development in the 80s.
How long has this been a vegetable farm for?
Well, we've had it since 1987. Prior to that, it was potatoes. This is potato country, so it was potatoes and turnips and cattle before that. So.
What types of vegetables do you grow?
We grow, like I said, about 20 different ones. Our main 3 are rhubarb, English peas, and Brussels sprouts. So we grow quite a few acres of them, and then we grow 15 or 20 items again for our market, just little things, tomatoes, zucchini, and sweet corn, and all that kind of stuff. So.
Wow, that's wonderful. You can't get any fresher than this.
That's right. We pick every day, and we basically sell it the next day.
What is the process and timeline of Brussels sprout harvest? When would you plant them?
We planted May 10th. Like I said, we seeded in the greenhouse in late March, early April. And then our transplant's about 4 to 6 inches high. We'll transplant out early May. And then we baby them all summer. We gotta keep the weeds out, make sure the bugs aren't getting in there. And then we'll harvest around September 20th until we finish.
And then what is the process of harvesting?
Yeah, so Brussels sprouts grow 2 to 3 feet tall, and there's about 2 pounds of sprouts on a plant, and then there's a whole bunch of leaves. So the way we harvest is we have to take all the leaves off the plant, and then we'll go along with a cutter and cut them all down. And then we grade to, if we're going to sell the stalk, we keep that one separate, or if we're going to run through our harvester, we'll make a separate pile. And then we'll show you the harvester here in a bit. So.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Yep, they're amazing. They taste amazing. This ground up here in the climate just makes our Brussels sprouts so much sweeter and better flavor than you might find elsewhere.
What climate conditions do you need to grow Brussels sprouts?
They like cool, definitely a cooler climate with a bit heavier soil. Our soil is a silt loam. They do well on sand, but you have to irrigate more, and you just don't get the flavor you get off our soil either. So.
Wow, that is awesome. And when you pack your Brussels sprouts, do you have to pack certain sizes together?
Yeah, we have to grade out the little tiny ones on top of the plant, which is unfortunate. There's not a huge market for them. We do pickle them for our market, but other than that, the restaurants take them. So they like the medium size, so basically take those minis out, and then everything else goes in the box, 20-pound box for the customer.
Do any of your Brussels sprouts go out to restaurants?
Yeah, a lot go to restaurants, and most of our clientele are either fine food stores or other farm markets like our own.
That's amazing. And then I noticed in the harvested Brussels sprout part of the field,
yep,
that the stems are all chopped up. Would that kind of be the chopper that goes at the back of the harvester?
Yeah, the harvester, we put stalk choppers on it. Otherwise you have these big long stalks, which is hard to decompose. So the harvester will chop them into 3-4 inch pieces, so it's easy to break down for next year, and you won't even see them.
Are they good for the soil?
Everything's good for the soil. So there's, like I said, there's lots of leaves on the ground, and any culls we take out from grading get spread back on the field to help put nutrients back in. And then we'll plant cover crops and green crops for next year after this. So.
And do you harvest those crops?
We actually just mow a lot of them in.
Oh, wow.
Everything we do is to feed the soil for the vegetable crops. So we have about 500 acres we grow. We only grow about 200 acres of vegetables, and the rest is for rotation. So we're always growing cover crops and mowing them in. So we'll grow 2 cover crops a year and mow it down to feed the soil.
And the soil is the most important aspect, so it's the foundation of any plant or crop.
That's correct. Yeah, so you want to have great soil conditions, and we need to rotate all of our crops. We rotate 3 to 5 years, so we don't hit that spot again with a vegetable for at least 3 years. So
Oh wow.
yeah, it just helps with disease pressure and insect pressure.
Yes, that's extremely important.
Yeah.
Now I'm here with Jeanette of Lennox Farms, and you are going to be giving me a tour of the packing facility.
Right, so this is where we take our Brussels sprouts, the ones that have been taken off the stalk, and then they go through the grading line and get boxed up.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
No problem. And it's multi-use, like depending on what we're harvesting or we have going on. So it's set up right now for Brussels. So we have a bin, those big white bins that are filled from the hopper out in the field, and then it tips up, and then the Brussels sprouts go up and around, and then we have people standing on either side of the grading line picking out them, and I guess
bad Brussels sprouts.
Yes, and I guess the rollers separate size, like they increase separation for bigger ones, and then they shrink down for smaller ones, and then they go in, and then they get weighed and boxed up.
Wow, that's awesome. And then this is, so your boxing area?
Yeah, we would box them in 20-pound boxes or 10-pound
Okay.
bags, depending what the customer wants.
That's awesome. What is the most common bag you sell, the size?
Medium to large. Like we just grade the minis or large, but definitely the bigger ones.
Wow, that's awesome. And what is the most common size of bag you would sell?
A 20-pound box.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe. I hope you learned a little bit more about how your Brussels sprouts get to your table. You can visit lennoxfarms.ca to learn more about their vegetable operation. Thank you so much for the wonderful tour and all of the knowledge.
Yeah, no problem. I'm glad that people know this stuff, so it's great.
Okay, bye.
See you later.